Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models, and today I have another kit review. We're doing a tank. This one is from Amusing Hobbies. It's the Centurion Mk.5 AVRE, which stands for Armoured Vehicle Royal Engineers. This one you see on the box art is in desert scheme. It was used during the Gulf War, the first Gulf War. So this is an engineer's vehicle. The two flags on the top, I'm not familiar with those. I'm not sure what regiment that is. Anyone that is in the Royal Engineers, do watch these videos. Please comment in the comments and give me more info, and your stuff that you know about the vehicle would be appreciated. I would like to know more. This is their this is the second run of their Centurion. They do the Centurion Mk.5 on its own, just as the main battle tank, but this is the engineer's version. They are due to release the Israeli version. I think Israeli do use the vehicle as well. That's due to come out. But as I say, this is the engineer's version. Kit number is 35 A035, 1/35 scale. We have two paint schemes. We have NATO colours, and this is a training unit in Canada. I think it's like NATO green and like a sandy colour. This side of the box, not much on there. Desert scheme from the Gulf War. You do get workable tracks and workable suspension. As for inside the box, tons of plastic. There is photo etch tracks. So we'll take a closer look at this. So here is your worksheet. We have a nice picture of the box art. I wish they would make that as a poster, because I think it's a pretty cool picture. There's no history on the tank. Some manufacturers you get history on the front, but this one doesn't. It just gives you warnings and stuff. As for the first two pages, okay, like I say, on the first two pages we do have your sprue map. Everything comes in the kit. You do get decal options for the actual tanks itself, and you do get the two flags. Like I say, I don't know what regiment the flags are for. We do have workable expansion arms. We have two of these and four of these, so there is a slight difference. Two-piece wheels being put together and touching your suspension to the lower chassis. Pretty cool. Step 3 is adding transmission case and the drive sprocket, and then we've got the structural bar, and we have the two pieces near the wheels. I think they're to do with the scraping the mud off the tracks and stuff. Then repeating your process on the other side. Adding the return roller. Tracks are meant to be link tracks. I don't know how well they are going to work. I must imagine they just click together, hopefully, but it does say no glue. It's got a dimension down the bottom, what way the tracks face forwards, so you don't get track around the wrong way. We have the back of the vehicle. You have to remove a couple of these pieces of plastic, and then we have lumps and bumps going all over. Looks like the phone box and stuff. Not sure what this piece is. It might be part of the exhaust system, I'm not sure. We have some more lumps and bumps going in. This looks like the back of the vehicle, which has got a toe piece on it. We have driver's hatch, turret section, engine deck and engine covers. Then we have the front glacier, which has the fenders moulded in, and it has the reactive armour on the front of it. We have your lights, sides, parts of the side skirt, and we have exhaust mufflers going in as well. So clearly that other piece wasn't exhaust, these are. And we have stowage going in by looks of things. We have this part of the side plating, side of the vehicle. We have more armour parts, and then again these steps is repeating the process again on the other side. Tow cable, we do have, looks like 1:1 scale. It's calling for 11 centimeters tow cable length. You need to do 2 of those. And now this section here is working on the dozer blade. It doesn't say anything about not gluing parts into place. Hopefully you can get it to work, or have it kind of posable if you're doing a diorama, having it dug into the ground or whatever. Attaching the dozer blade, and then working on the turret. Drill out some holes at the front. They're asking for 1.1 mil. And you've got a couple of attachments here. For the gun mantlet, they're asking not to glue it into place. The sides of the turret, which looks like stowage as well. We do have the gun on the front. If I'm not mistaken, the gun is, like I say, I think the gun is 152mm in caliber or whatever. I think it's used for demolition work because it's an engineer vehicle being converted or whatever. More parts on the turret. We have these little hatches and stuff, commander's cupola and whatever. We do have this machine gun. Looks like a Browning to me, but I'm not sure. We have the turret baskets. These parts are moulded in plastic, and these pieces are in photo etch, which is here. We'll take a closer look at that at the end. We do have more reactive armour on top of the turret. What we got? We have what looks like smoke discharges, if I'm not mistaken. And then once it's complete, dropping the turret down on top of your tank. It should be the completed model by then. This is the desert scheme and desert marking option, which has the big V shape. I don't know what the V means. If anyone knows, like I said before, comment in the comments. I would like to know more on the history. And it looks like 11A or something. We do get a one of the shells, 165mm hash. First scheme, like I say, this one is from Canada. This one is desert scheme. And then we do have the NATO scheme, NATO green, NATO black. Pretty cool. I do like the Centurion tank. It's one of my favourite British tanks. As for the photo etch, I don't want to take it out of the bag, so I don't want to get messed up, but this is what you get for the photo etch. This is mainly for the turret basket. We do get some tow cable in black nylon string for tow cable, I think that is. We do get the decals. I will take these out and show you. As I say, one set's the flags and one set's for the desert scheme. So there's the desert scheme symbols, and we get the 2 flags upside down. As I say, if anyone knows what these flags and what squadron this is for, or what regiment even? I would like to know. Obviously it looks like this must be a Scottish regiment of some sort. It's got a Scottish flag on it, but again I don't know what these regiments are for. The only thing I do worry about is if you see on the box art where the flags are, they're attached to the aerial poles or whatever. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to attach those without the flags being too heavy and it being bent over. I might have to find some wire or something to do that. And then we get a bag of springs, which is for the working expansion. Here we get a bag of tracks. I did notice in the instruction it doesn't say how many links you need per side. I imagine it's probably going to be 70 to 80 links, I imagine. In this bag we have the wheels. So there's 4 sets of these. So this is what you get for wheel assembly. Detail on the wheels. This is part of the suspension system. So is this, are they idler wheels? I think they are, and you get little lumps and bumps which are like towing eyes and hooks. So there's, as I say, there's 4 of these, and they are these sprue D. Grab this while I'm here. This is the lower hull. It's quite a long, narrow vehicle. It is quite a smooth texture. There is no cast texture on it. There is a cast texture on the turret, but it looks pretty good. As I say, you've got a piece to go here and a piece at the front, and then the rest of it builds up. But it's quite sturdy. The plastic doesn't seem too thick. It seems not a nice plastic. This bag here contains the turret. This does have a cast texture on it. So this is the cast turret and turret assembly. So we do have these sides of the turret, which are parts of the stowage, and then we have the lower section of the turret. This is the actual main turret itself. You can see it's got this cast texture, moulded in wires, which is nicely done. And we have the sides of the turret, more stowage parts. These are the detailed brackets, commander's cupola. I imagine there is some clear lying around to go in there. Another stowage box. These are the sides of the turret. Again, it's got that cast texture, moulded all in. Nicely done. Most of the sprues are bagged separately, which is a nice touch. Doesn't get damaged. So here we are looking at parts of the armour and turret basket, and the main gun is slide moulded. So these are detailed parts. We have these parts as well. I think maybe for the dozer blade. We have this structural plate. We're going to do this part of the armour. This is part of the armour. both armour parts, reactive armour piece. Now this piece here is part of the turret basket. You have to be careful of taking this off without it being snapped and broken, especially when you've got to take these points off down the bottom here. This is the turret basket and detail parts. As for the barrel, it's slide moulded and it's rifled in plastic. I imagine there is a metal barrel out there from manufacturers, but this is nicely done in plastic. It looks superb. Pretty cool. This is sprue J. Here we have another one. There's quite a lot of sprues in this kit. I think there's 15 sprues in total. Individual sprues. So this is the gun mantlet and the engine deck and the actual dozer blade. So again, we have detail parts here. A little bit of cast texture on the gun mantlet. More armour, reactive armour. The engine deck looks nice. Now this is part of the dozer blade, both parts, and this is the actual dozer blade itself. It's got that curve, and there's the back of it. You can see got a nicely done. You probably want to make this all scratched up and chipped up and whatever, because it's obviously been used. Part of the dozer blade, I think this as well. Parts of the arms to do with the actual dozer blade. Detailed parts, driver's hatch and whatever the other hatch is. There's like more structural armour. So this is a nice sprue as well. This is sprue I. We have two small bags. What we've got in this one. I don't review many tanks. I do have a few tanks, but not many. But I mainly do aircraft. It looks like we did have a piece in there, but it's been removed. So this is probably from the Centurion Mk.5 main tank, not the engineer's one. So there's probably something in there. That's probably what the main barrel sat in from the Centurion. So these are detail parts. Looks like fuel, drums, a hatch. This is part of the turret. There's that machine gun, nicely done. Smoke discharger sections. So this is a small G, sprue G, sorry. We have two in this bag, which contains drive sprockets and return roller, is it? So there'll be two of these for left and right side. I have noticed these towing parts are actually slide moulded, so your cables or rope is going to fit inside that. Here's the return roller, part of the drive sprocket assembly, nicely done. Here's the other side, very nice. Here's part of the exhaust system. Here's the exhaust tips, and then we have more detailed parts. Pretty cool. So there's two of these, and these are sprue C. We have two more sprues left. These contain mainly armour plate and side sponsons and whatever. Should build up as a nice kit, hopefully. Detail looks really good so far. I haven't built a Musing Hobbies tank, so I can't say for sure how well their kit goes go, but everything looks good. This is another hatch, driver's hatch I think this is. Ejector pins on the inside, but you're not going to see those. Here's the transmission casing, it's got that cast texture as well, nicely done. And these are the back of the transmission cases. This is the rear of the tank. These pieces here, they're asking for you to sand them flat or cut them off. Here's another plate. We have some structural parts here at the top. Some Pioneer tools, spades. We have two pieces here which is moulded like that, but I'm not sure what these pieces are for. Then we have these two giant pieces in the centre. Is the flat side of the like covers, because this is storage, is already moulded in. Nicely done. Here's the front glacier with the fenders attached. There is obviously armour plating and reactive armour to go on the front of that. I do have a Centurion book as a reference material. I'd have to dig that out. Come building this. There's the part of the turret. This is the driver's hatch, not driver's hatch, the engine deck. That's the inside. We have this piece here, slide moulded, which I thought was the exhaust system, but I don't think it is. Could be still. We have these two boxes. We have these pieces as well, and then we have these side skirts moulded as one large piece. These ejector pins you're going to have to take care of, but they're on the inside, so you're not going to see them anyway. We have these detail parts. There's another hatch. Exhaust parts, I think these are. And then we have the radio box and some detail parts on the back of the vehicle. We have another tool, like crowbar type thing. I leave the tools towards the end. And then there's like everything. So there we are, my friends. We have another kit from Amusing Hobbies, Centurion Mk.5 AVRE. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.